Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, November 15, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Utah Jazz vs New York Knicks. Utah is playing their third game in 4 nights in their third different city. The Knicks find themselves in the middle game of a similar situation, as they'll play the second game of a back-to-back in the Mile High City against the Nuggets Wednesday night. New York saw their defense completely come apart as they were sliced and diced by the Thunder in their previous contest. The Knicks now have to contend with a Utah team that is very deep in the wing department, which makes for tough matchups defensively. Utah is unbeaten at home, and that helps carry them to a victory over a Knicks team that was torched by Oklahoma City. Take the Utah Jazz -4 points. With the way the Knicks play defense, I like the over here. As mentioned, the Knicks are 7-5-1 in hitting the over while Utah is 7-8, but the fact New York allows so many open players and points should help the over. Along with that, the Knicks can score a ton of points and do so quickly as we saw on Sunday. Meanwhile, New York plays at a pace of 103.9, which ranks 8th in the NBA, with Utah playing at a pace of 102.9, which ranks 10th. In New York's last 8 games, they are averaging 229.75 ppg, while the Jazz games are averaging 227.75 ppg in their last 8. This should be a very fast-paced game, especially with both teams being rested, so take the over here. Sacramento Kings vs Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant continues to impress, scoring 31 points while adding 9 rebounds and 7 assists. Durant leads the club at 30.6 points and 5.3 assists per game and is second in rebounds per contest, 6.6. Kyrie Irving sat out his 6th straight game, suspended by the team indefinitely. The Nets are 7th in the league, allowing 108.7 points per game and have allowed fewer than 100 points in 4 of the last 5 games. Sacramento shot 51.6% in the victory, as this is one of the best shooting teams in the NBA, 3rd overall at 48.4%. That has helped them to 5th in scoring per contest, 116.8, but if there is an Achilles' heel to this team, it is the free throw shooting. The club hit 12 of 19 free throws in the victory and are 19th in the NBA at 76.8% from the free throw line. Sacramento has proven themselves to be one of the best shooting teams in the NBA, and they are catching fire as the season progresses. The Kings are winners of 3 straight contests and have won 6 of their last 8 after dropping the first 4 games of the year. They have figured some things out, scoring at least 120 points in 4 of their last 5 games, and they have been great against the spread this season, 9-3-0. Brooklyn is on a tough road swing, playing 2 in Los Angeles on Saturday and Sunday before heading to Sacramento on Tuesday, then taking on Portland on Thursday. The Nets are 3-4 on the road. With Irving out, this team is simply not as good, plus they will be without Seth Curry, Ben Simmons, and TJ Warren as well. Take the Sacramento Kings ATS, -1.5. The Nets enter this game 22nd in the league in scoring offense, as they average 110.1 points per game on the year. Brooklyn is 25th in the league in rebounding with 40.8 boards per contest and 12th in assists by dishing out 25.4 dimes a night. The Nets are 7th in the league in scoring defense by allowing 108.7 points per contest. Kevin Durant leads the team with 30.6 points plus 6.6 rebounds and 5.3 assists per game. Kyrie Irving, 26.9 points, 5.1 assists, Nick Claxton, 11.9 points, 9.1 rebounds, and Royce O'Neal, 10.3 points, each are solid scoring options as well. The Nets look to get production from Patty Mills, Ben Simmons, Joe Harris, Seth Curry, Daron Sharp, Markieff Morris, Edmund Sumner, Cam Thomas, Kessler Edwards and Yuta Watanabe. Brooklyn is 8th in the league in field goal percentage, as they shoot 47.5% from the field as a team on the year. The Nets are 20th in the league in three-point field goals per game, as they drain 11.5 triples per game, while they stand 15th in three-point field goal percentage by hitting 35.9% from beyond the arc. Brooklyn enters this game having seen the under hit in 9 of their 14 games this season. The Nets have seen the under post a 5-2 record in their 7 road contests this season. Brooklyn is in the bottom 5 of the league in tempo as they are 26th in the league with an average of 97 possessions a night. The Nets are 9th in turnovers as they commit an average of 13.6 turnovers per contest this season. Sacramento comes into this game with the under posting a 6-5-1 mark on the season. The Kings have seen the under post a 3-2-1 mark in their home games this season. Sacramento is 9th in the league in tempo with 100.7 possessions a night and 12th in turnovers by averaging 14.5 per contest. With the Nets missing pieces and the Kings at home, this game likely falls a few points short of the mark. Take the under 225.5 points. Portland Trail Blazers vs San Antonio Spurs. It has been a tough couple weeks for San Antonio after the team had a surprise strong start to the season. The Spurs lost 5 straight before beating the Bucks on Friday. San Antonio started the season 5-2 before losing 5 straight, and injuries have been a significant factor in the Spurs' recent struggles. San Antonio's leading scorer Keldon Johnson, as well as starting point guard Devin Vassell, have missed time recently. Tre Jones is dealing with an injury right now, and he may miss this game. The Blazers are a surprising 9-4, despite dealing with injuries to several key players, including Damian Lillard and Jusuf Nurkic. Nurkic is still dealing with an injury, and he may miss this game. Portland broke their team up last season when they traded CJ McCollum to the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Blazers' roster looks very different this year. Anthony Simons has played well for Portland, stepping into a larger role with McCollum gone, and Portland has been significantly improved defensively from previous years. Both of these teams are much healthier now than they were last week, but Portland center Jusuf Nurkic will likely be out or at least be on a minute restriction for this game, and that will give Portland a significant advantage inside. Despite the difference in these teams' records, the Spurs were playing at a similar level to the Blazers before Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell both missed time with injuries. The Spurs are much healthier now, and Portland isn't as good as their 9-4 record indicates. San Antonio has struggled on defense, but the Spurs' offense has kept them in games and also was key in getting them out to a 5-2 start to the season. San Antonio should keep this game competitive. The Spurs are still without Tre Jones and Romeo Langford, while the Trail Blazers have listed Jusuf Nurkic, Justice Winslow and Keon Johnson as questionable. The Spurs have been in terrible shape, and they looked pitiful in last night's blowout loss, so I can't see anything but a win for the Trail Blazers, who are coming into this one fresh off a tough loss. The Trail Blazers could also be getting a few players back, so I'll stick with them to get the win and cover here. Take Portland minus 7.5 points. The San Antonio Spurs have been in a major slump as they've lost 6 of their past 7 games, and they will be hoping for a better performance after getting embarrassed by the Warriors in a 132-95 road loss last night. Keldon Johnson led the team in scoring with 15 points, Keita Bates-Diop added 12 points, while Josh Richardson chipped in with 10 points. As a team, the Spurs shot a miserly 36% from the field and 10 of 40 from the three-point line as they struggled to match the Warriors from the start and never looked threatening after falling behind by 61-45 going into halftime. Things only got worse in the second half as the Spurs couldn't take care of the ball and finished with 18 turnovers. Meanwhile, the Portland Trail Blazers have been in fine form as they've won 4 of their past 6 games, and they will be hoping to bounce back after having their 3-game win streak halted by the Mavericks in a 117-112 road loss on Saturday. Damian Lillard led the way with 29 points, 7 rebounds and 12 assists. Jerami Grant led the scoring with 37 points on 13 of 22 shooting, while Anthony Simons tallied 24 points on 9 of 20 shooting. As a team, the Trail Blazers shot 45% from the field and 13 of 31 from the three-point line as they rallied back from an early 16-point deficit, only to fall away in the fourth quarter, where they allowed the Mavericks to pour in 32 points. Nurkic is likely to be out or at least limited for this game, and that means Portland will probably be playing a smaller and faster lineup. The Spurs have been an up-tempo team this year, and San Antonio has had issues defending most of the season. The Spurs rank 6th in pace this season, while Portland ranks 28th, but the Blazers will likely play faster with a smaller lineup since Nurkic should be out or at least limited for this game. San Antonio is also healthier now, and they will likely be more aggressive in trying to push the tempo now that Vassell and Johnson are back. Portland has played solid defense, but the Blazers' defense is also better without Lillard, and he is healthy now. San Antonio should also have significant matchups advantages inside with Nurkic likely out or limited. This should be a higher scoring game. Take the over.